Welcome to When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. I'm your show host, Israel Picasso. We tuning live from St. Louis, Missouri. Today's guest is, can you tell the people who you are for the new generation?
K Davis the Hitman. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's good?
Yo, for sure, for sure. Now I gotta ask you, man, when we start this interview, I ask everybody the same question, man. When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Man, I fell in love with hip hop in 1984, something like that. Back in the day, man. When I was a young dude and I saw them older dudes on the stage going to my first rap show, first rap club. It was it for me, man.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. If you can speak on some of the people you seen, some of the older folks you seen, is they people that everybody know like to this day?
The younger dudes might not know them. They pops might know them, like Melly Mel, Grandmaster Cash, Furious Five, Treacherous Three,
Yeah,
Fantastic Four plus one more, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick. They went to Big Daddy Kane, Special Ed, the Kwame's, EPMDs, NWAs, the Cuckoo Cows, like some of them dudes that paved the way for me, man. To give me that power and that aggression to go hard with how I go. You know what I mean?
for sure, for sure. With that being said, man, what was it like for you growing up in Harlem, New York?
Man, it was like a mystery, man. You got to be fly. I'm actually from the Bronx and Harlem. I'm born in the Bronx, and I was raised in Harlem. But you got to be fly. You got to be
Okay.
competitive, and you got to be on point. And your style got to be crazy. You know what I mean? So it was definitely something to live by. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. What was your parents like growing up as a child?
Ooh, well, I was raised with my grandmother, man. My mom's was out the house. My pops was doing his thing. So my grandmother raised me really. So it was like I had to be a man before I was a man. I had to grow up really fast. Cook, clean, dishes, store, runs, I had to be a man quickly. So I really
Yeah.
my childhood life wasn't really there like that.
So did it like affect you though? Like how did that affect you like growing up? Like damn, like I gotta grow up fast. I gotta be a man earlier than I'm supposed to be.
It actually made me strong because it made me think quicker. I'm on my toes faster. I'm a little lighter when it comes to doing something. And it made me real dedicated and real ambitious. And my work ethics became crazy as me getting these jobs, having to support the house or whatever I was doing, and working in supermarkets and doing little tiny jobs here and there, some of you joints. It made me drag that into my grown life with
Yeah.
my work ethics. Whatever I do, I got to put the best at it.
Right. So it molded you into the man you are today, basically.
Yeah, it did, man. I thank my grandmother for that. May she rest in peace, man, for real.
Rest in peace. What was it like for you growing up being a nephew of Dougie Fresh, the human beatboxer?
Well, you know, I mean, it was, man. I mean, I was always there in the background a lot, and I mean, writing rhymes. I used to be Doug's writer, so I was writing out a song for Doug, and I had to always stand out, man, and be on my 180%. So it was really hard, man, because when you with him in the household, it's uncle. We are family. But when you in the street, that family shit ain't even there no more. It's like he at work, so you can't be uncle. We at work. So I had to look at both sides of the game, and it was kind of like I had to get used to it.
Yeah. Okay. At what age did you find your gift and talent to do hip hop?
Honestly, it had to been around like 14, 15. Say 15 because I wasn't really into rap. I was into sports, man. I was working. I was playing baseball. I was nice with basketball, real nice. I was nice with that, and
Okay.
I was drawing and doing graffiti and all kinds of stuff like that. But 15, my man, I went to his name was DJ Bronson. Went to his crib, me and my boy Free Black, my uncle as well. And we hung the mic from the ceiling and I didn't know what they was doing. He put the NWA tape in there. I said, what's that?
Yeah.
NWA. I'm like, yo, no, so what they do that niggas why they messing the beat up? Like now you gotta rap on that. So from there on I just listened to it and then that was it, man. Went home, wrote my little corny rap, and that was it. I couldn't stop doing it from there.
Yeah. Now you did mention Dougie Fresh being your uncle. What type of advice did he give you to gain success in the hip hop culture?
Well, he told me, he said, what is your superpowers? All hip hop artists have a superpower. Some dance, some rap and sing, some just dress fly, and I had to find my superpowers long. You know, it took me a long time, years to find mine. Mine is I'm an entertainer. I entertain. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not going. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm Nas on the mic because I ain't Nas. I'm not Jada Kiss. I
yeah.
have I spit the lyrics I spit because they come from where I come from. But my gift is performing and entertaining and making a great record and entertaining you. That's why I got the mask on. The mask stands for health, wealth, prosperity, loyalty, health, riches, and it stands for culture. You know, African descent. And I felt like doing it because I knew a dude named MF Doom when I met him before. And he had a metal mask on. He was like, you should put
Okay.
a mask on, cover your face so they can hear your voice. I said, I'm going to try that. And I put the mask on and it just got glued to my face.
Man, that shit crazy. That's dope as hell, man. Shout out
Yeah.
everybody wearing the mask, man. Especially you, man. You've been doing your thing.
Yeah.
On to the next question, man. Can you recall your first time blessing the stage with a performance, and what kind of response did you get from New York?
Oh, that was 1988. I was mad young, about 13 or something. I was young, and it was at City College. And I went out there and I did my rap, and I felt like I wasn't dope, but I was just rapping to the mic, and but the crowd reacted, and they gave me a hand clap, and I felt like, man, I was pretty good, and
Yeah,
I wanted a bigger applause, but I knew I had to give more, so that was my first show at City College, man. Word up.
for sure. And that was in New York City, right?
Yep, in New York City and Harlem. Yep, it's a place called
Okay.
City College. It's actually the same place that tragedy happened when Puffy had all them people got stomped in the college. It was that same place.
Oh, word.
It
That's
was, it was,
crazy.
it was like about 2 years before that thing Puffy happened. Yeah,
Mm. Okay. On to the next question. Can you explain the reason you had to change your artist name more than once?
yeah, because I was Sig Smooth and I was signed with a group called the Hoods, and we was signed to International Bad Boys before it became big, and um
And you said International Bad Boys. Is that Bad Boy Records?
Yep, it's Bad Boy Records, and it was
Wow.
Bad Boy Records. It was Half Blunt Records. You know, this is way before the Craigs and the Biggies. This is like way before that. Because
But
remember,
did Puff still have it though?
yeah, he was involved a little bit. Yeah, he was. But Paris, this dude named Paris for Wanda and Mike Macarello had it. They
Okay.
had it, Mike Macarello, and Puff was Doug's assistant. See, people don't know Puff was Doug's assistant before the
Word.
Bad Boy. Yeah, Puff was Doug's assistant before the Bad Boy thing. Understand that Puff was living in 541 Manhattan Avenue with us upstairs on the sixth floor, the third floor rather, and it was me up there. Puff was up there. My cousin Daniel was up there, and that's way before Puff even got the job with Uptown. This is before that. Puff
Man,
been around. Puff was teaching Doug how to do the running man. It was Dougie Fresh. It was Stretch, the dancing dude Stretch, not to do that rap, the dancing dude Stretch, and they was called the Wild Squad or something like that. But they was a bunch of dancers, and J Lo was there too. J Lo was there as well. Know what I mean? But she was basically not even on in living color yet. She was just there dancing in a video called Summertime. And
okay.
if y'all wanna test my judgment, go look at Dougie Fresh Summertime and put it on slow. And you're gonna see Puffy grabbing the luggage out the back out the trunk. You're gonna see J Lo dancing around. And you're gonna see me playing basketball. So I had a relationship with him way before the Bad Boy thing.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's a crazy hip hop story, man. So you basically a legend, man.
I mean, if you want to call me that, I just feel like I feel like I'm heading towards legendary status because I've been through the game, but I was unrecognized for so long. Like I've been in the game but unrecognized. Like I'm definitely unsung and unrecognized because people don't even know where I came from. They think I'm just another dude just trying to rhyme. Nah, I've been doing this since the hoods, and I was Sig Smooth, and I went solo with Turn the Manson Bakes. I was signed to the Motown era and the Interscopes and all that other stuff. And I've been doing it. It's just that I never had a breakthrough. It's always a wall there, like a curse.
Man, we breaking that curse right now, man. We finna
Yo,
make this
for
shit happen.
real. That's a fact.
For sure. On to the next question. Charleston White says he hates New York. You chime in. What led to the argument and him blocking you on Instagram?
Well, he said what he said, so I asked him why he hate New York, and then he called me. He called me on the Instagram joint, and I missed the call because I was in my mom doing something. And they said, "Oh, Charleston White called your phone." So I called him back and he answered and he hung up. And he was like, "Oh, you a bitch ass nigga? That's old 5 years ago. Something like your son. Fuck out of here." Like, and we just started going back and forth about it. But he started it by calling me a bitch ass nigga and this and that. And he pay him to do an interview. He did all that. I got saved the messages, so he can't lie about it. And I was being nice. I would just want to know why he was feeling that way, and he just went off on me, yo. So that it could have got bad, and he blocked me. I was calling him back again,
Yeah.
and the nigga blocked me like that's some sucker. You a sucker, Mr. White. You a straight sucker. You could have faced me straight up, and we could have talked about it. And I hope we see this too.
No, real spill. I'm gonna tag him in it. On to the next question, man. We're gonna talk about some of these records you got, man. This is one of my favorite records you sent to me. I ain't gonna lie, I listen to it over and over and over again, man. It's a dope record, dope beat, man. You Are Not Like That, produced by DJ Branson, man. Did the beat give you what you needed to create such a catchy hook and dope flow for that, man? Like, what was the vibes like for that?
Yeah, that when that beat came on, it was like it started going in my head like that. And I
Yeah,
said, I'm gonna do something because you know how you in the streets, you out there in the hood.
yeah.
Some dudes in the hood, they not like that.
Right, right,
They,
right.
they get around dudes that's not like that, and they act tougher than they supposed to act. But then when they get around some real dudes, they quiet. So I'm like, man, you not like that.
No,
If
that's
I ain't
real.
like that, I ain't like that. And I mean, but I'm like that. But
Yeah.
that's the concept of the whole song,
Man, that shit was dope, man.
I
I
appreciate
think
it.
that's one of your hits, man. You got a hit on your hands right there. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie to you.
man.
I can hear that in the clubs and everything.
Word,
Radio. Yeah.
you fuck with that record?
No, no bullshit. I ain't even saying that just to say that. You got a hit on your hands with that one.
Man, I didn't even know it was like that because I mean I'm thinking like okay it's another record I'm gonna have to push really hard so now I guess I gotta come to St. Louis
Man,
and
you
run
got a
around,
hit. I
man.
think even the young is gonna fuck with that one.
Wow, now I know it now. See that's what I'm talking about. See somebody else could give you the inspiration to move forward for something that you had doubt in. That's real
Yeah,
shit, youngins. Mhm.
most definitely. Sky's the limit, man. Produced by Dre and DMN Aftermath Group, man. What was your inspiration from that record? Where you get that inspiration to do that record like that?
Well, actually, Miss Donna Sanier, she sung the hook, and basically the beat was just so much like laid back and like smooth, and I felt like giving something back to the ladies. They all, females are getting dogged out, they getting talked about, talk restless too, but we don't have a lot of like hood chicks out there. We got corporate chicks that live in the hood. Hey,
Yeah,
hold on. I'm gonna say it again. We got chicks that go to work, they dress fly, they got the suit and tie, work down at Wall Street, but they still live in the hood.
yeah.
And I want to address them like, yo, sky's the limit. You could do whatever you got to do, baby. Do what you got to do. Go back to that neighborhood. Make your house into a mansion. That 3 bedroom apartment could be your mansion.
That's real.
That's
That's
why I
real.
made that record to uplift the ladies. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. And is that record on the EP?
Yeah, so on the EP, I'm gonna have like probably 10. It's probably 7 records. I'm gonna push for 10 because I want to give them. Some of them are short because we
Yeah,
know it's a short attention span in this era of music. But
yeah.
I'm getting to the point with them. If it's a one verse joint, it's to the point. I mean,
For sure, for sure. On to the next question. Rick James, why that title and what female artist you think would go crazy on that record today?
Sexy Red, I'm trying to get her bad. Sexy Gorilla, do something to that.
Yeah,
All the like a lot of the females is ever Sexy Red would definitely do something to that. She do it. When I heard it, I thought of her. And
yeah, yeah,
Rick James is just a nasty dude, man. He was just
yeah.
outspoken.
He was wild as a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Rick ain't care what he did, man. He had the cocaine running around and
Yeah,
white money.
yeah.
He did what he did,
Cocaine, a hell of a drug.
yeah, man. So I just felt like doing something fly, for the
Yeah,
females. Call it Rick James because he's a nasty dude. Not like nasty with dirty, but he's like a nasty freak dude. And
yeah.
I just felt like
But
touching.
that's what's needed. I ain't gonna lie, man. And that's gonna go crazy in the strip club.
Yeah, that's what I programmed it for. I got to get Red on there. If I can't get it on there, I need to get somebody close to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, man. Maybe we can see what we can do, man. All we gotta do is try to reach out.
Yeah, for real, man.
For sure, for sure. All right, K Troll, you how long did it take you to create a title like that, man? Because that's kind of like a double entendre.
Well, K show you means it stands for this. My name is K Davis Hitman. They call me K, and I'm gonna troll you with that real music. Like
Yeah,
you know how dudes is trolling on Instagram. I'm gonna
yeah,
troll you with hip hop and make you love
for
it, baby.
sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then it's also like, K troll you, like I'm controlling. Like
Right.
it's crazy how you put that
Right.
together, man. That's dope as hell.
You see it. You see it. Yup.
Yeah, for sure. On to the next question. How did you get Dougie Fresh to come out of retirement on Make 'em Work, as well as getting Mel Love and G Dep fresh out of prison?
Oh man, well, me and Mel Love grew up since like 13 years old. Know what I'm saying? Me and Mel
Shout out
grew up
Mel
in the
Love.
hood. Yeah, big up the link the link TV. Go support Mel Love. Follow link the link, y'all, all over
Yeah,
the place. We gonna do it heavy. Big up to Mel. Big up to Depp. Doug, I've been begging Doug to get on the joint for a minute. You know, Doug is just super busy, man. He's like a godfather of the game.
yeah,
And he sent me a verse. I'm like, oh, so I thought about Depp because me and Depp, before Depp went in jail, me and Depp was fly, and we did a record called More Money, More Murder, which, we put it out after he was in, but it didn't really go nowhere. I didn't really want to run off him going in there and using that fame for that. So I
yeah,
let the record
yeah,
sit. But I knew Depp for a minute, so I thought if I get Depp and Doug on the record and Mel, it'll bring Harlem back and the Bronx back. It'll bring some culture back. I wanted to bring culture back. I don't think about like, yo, you from this state, you from this state. Nah, we from the same culture.
yeah.
I don't care where you from. Let's do culture. I mean, that's what I wanted to do.
Most definitely, most definitely. Dope record, man. Dope record, man.
Yeah.
Where can the fans find that record?
Well, it didn't even come out yet. They wait until like July to pop it off, man. When it get real hot. In July, we're gonna pop it up when everybody's out of school, the kids are out of school.
Yeah,
My mission is to go to every state and get a piece of somebody in every state doing something to that record.
man. That's a
Make it
dope
big.
record, man. I can't wait to hear it, man.
I
Out on
appreciate
social
that.
media and all of that, man. Because I think it's time for y'all to blow up, man. Like the greats, man. That's like three kings on one record, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, for real.
For sure. Being from Harlem, what's your take on what you was finna say?
No, that's for sure.
Okay. What's your take on the Diddy trial and Cassie releasing names of celebrities that had dealings with Sean Combs?
Man, well, I think that everything you see in the news you shouldn't believe. I think that Diddy definitely put his hands on Cassidy. We saw that live, but all
Right.
the other it's like this. Hugh Hefner had freak off parties. Hugh Hefner had uh
Right.
drugs and drugging chicks, bringing them down to a cave and all that. He never got locked up for that.
Right.
It wasn't about the freak offs. It was about when Puff went and sued that liquor company and he crossed a couple of people that was in the higher up, so they had to make him. They taught him a lesson through his sexuality ways. Because you
Hmm.
got dudes out here that's gay that be online talking about they doing all kinds of shit. And I'm saying they ain't
Yeah.
getting locked up for it. So
That's real.
it was a bigger thing than that, man.
Man, man.
Mhm.
So what do you think about all the people who was with him and now they ain't there no more? Like all the people that was at the brunches and everything and everybody just disappeared on them.
I think that's no loyalty. And I think that if you was there with him, say you was there with him because it could save that man's life, even if he's wrong or not. Know what I mean? I think that sometimes people be with you at the heat of the moment, but when that trauma happened, they run. So I believe that. I mean, it might get backlash from what I'm about to say, but I believe they all dead wrong for that because y'all spent that money with him, y'all drunk that champagne, y'all was on that jet, y'all was on that tour, y'all was with him like that, like he was your man's and now he ain't your man's in them because he got a big case. And I feel like everybody turning coat and telling these different stories about what happened when they know that they was a part of that too, freaking off
Right.
with him.
Yeah.
Stop lying, me and this whole tell the truth and then it'll set you free. I mean,
No, that's real. That's real. Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright at the P Diddy trial. Do you think that will hurt his case?
yeah, they would, because Jaguar Wright gonna have no limit to what she's saying. She ain't got no filter. And Gene Dale, I just believe that, Gene Dale should be more mindful of what he's doing because he was with Puff, his bodyguard, he was there. Puff took him around the world. So why would you want to bring that man down when he did bring you up out of where you came from, North Carolina somewhere? But you came from that and Puff took you
He
with
from
him
Gene Deal from St. Louis.
from St. Louis.
Yeah.
So why they said he from North Carolina?
I don't know. He's from St. Louis.
That's what he said in the interview. He said he was living in North Carolina.
I don't know. He probably was living out there, but I know he from St. Louis. Like his neighborhood and my neighborhood, like right next to each other.
Oh man, I could play the interview back. I wish I could get a phone. He said he's from
Yeah,
North. He said he was living in Raleigh, North Carolina.
yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't know he was from Louis. But I
Yeah,
mean, I don't hate Mr. Deal at all. I'm not talking bad about him. I don't talk about bad about
no,
nobody.
you speaking your truth. Yeah,
The truth is, you shouldn't turn your back on that man, Mr. Gene Deal, because certain things he did feed you. He did feed your family. He did give you a great position. So I think you owe him more than that to turn your back on him like that and do what you did.
for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
All right, now I gotta ask you about this, man. It's been a lot of social media comments and talks about this. Tory Lane stabbed 14 times in prison, and lawyers saying he's innocent. Did Megan Thee Stallion allow him in shooting her in the foot?
Well, I don't know I don't know if he shot her in the foot or not, but you're not gonna be in prison and people got cameras and they got it on camera of somebody shooting somebody in the foot. I think that he got railroaded because of that deal situation that went down with Jay and them when they offered him that deal and he turned that thing down and tried to go independent, but did it in a nasty way how he was going to go independent. So they had to make him pay for that, and that was the way they're making them pay. See, when they come to you and they offer you something big, and it's the way you turn it down. If you turn it down lightly, not right now, fan, just give me a month or two to get my mom right now, see what she's going. But if you just turn it down and you act crazy, then that's gonna blow things.
Yeah, I was seeing something online. He had I guess he was saying he beat the industry. He went platinum off a dollar sale and sold 1 million copies or something like that.
Right. That's what basically hurt him because he was bragging about what he did, number one, and then number two, he did it in a vindictive way where he was trolling them like, look, I don't need you, So they like,
Yeah,
okay, it's like that. I got you. We're gonna take your whole career from you, and that's what happened to him.
man, that shit crazy, man.
Yeah.
I being in Chicago, Trump pardoned the old man Larry Hoover. What's your thoughts on being in Chicago?
Well, I think for a fact that Mr. Hoover should have been out of jail because give me a real reason besides drugs and everybody sell drugs in the hood. Give me
Yeah,
a real reason why you gave this black man 51 years because he was controlling a massive amount of people. They gave him years because he had control over a massive amount of people. So the way they could stop that was put him in jail. So all them people he had control over forgot about him and they grew up and some died, some got old. They should have been let him out. So I want him to come out so we could see him get back to the neighborhood community service, helping the community and building a young black man up to what they're supposed to be. Welcome home, Larry, because he's gonna come home.
for sure. Welcome home, Larry Hoover, man.
Word.
Uh, on to the next question. Top five favorite artists of all time.
Oh man, I mean, damn. My top five is Tupac, number one,
Shout out Tupac,
Scarface,
rest in peace.
yeah, Face. Um, then I got Big Daddy Kane. I mean, I got Rakim. And my next top five, it might sound crazy, but it's Melly Mel.
Oh, damn right. You got to put Melly Mel on there, man. He one of
Yeah,
the originators of this thing.
yeah, that one record just changed my whole entire life and generation. Broken glass everywhere. What? You
Yeah, no,
still
for
see that
real.
shit right now? Like, come on, man. That's detail.
No, for real, for real. All
Mhm.
right, is hip hop only for the younger generation, or do artists like yourself still have a chance?
Well, hip hop is for everybody, man. Hip hop has no age to it. Hip hop is a culture. Music has no age to it because when you pass on, that music's still gonna be here and played. Like James Brown, all them Delphonics, and I hear this question a whole lot. That hip hop is for the young. Hip hop was never for the young because if you look back in time when all of the old like Melly Mel and Sugar Hill Gang and Busy Bee, all of them came out. They was already in their 30s when they blew. They was
Yeah,
already up there. They was already 30 and 40, already making hit records from the gate. So
yeah,
hip hop is not about the age, y'all. Hip hop is about culture, making great music, and keeping it together, togetherness, and have it's like a function. A function never going to die because there's no limit and no age to a function. You know what I mean? So hip hop is definitely for everybody. You can make hip
that's
hop.
real.
You could be 90 years old making a record. Just make it tasteful. and it'll go.
For sure, for sure.
Mhm.
Now, with that being said, we're gonna move on to the West Coast a little bit. How do you feel about Snoop Dogg taking over Death Row Records?
I think he should. I think as he should. I think that was a good look for Snoop. Don't let them white dudes get their hand on it because it would have been something else. And I think Snoop got a chance to give all of the young generation that grew up, their fathers grew up with Death Row. He got a chance to give them a shot and
Yeah,
make it right. Make California great. Like Kendrick. Kendrick made it great because he came out and made the whole California feel like they was at one. It wasn't just him out there with everybody. So Snoop definitely did a great job, and I want him to release some more Tupac music that they got hidden somewhere.
for sure, for sure. What you think about the diss record? Is it a crime the album he put out and him dissing Suge Knight?
Well, I think that Snoop had he got his reasons why he did it, and I think that he had to get something off his chest instead of him having a fist fight with Suge or fighting Suge's people. Put it on record. This record's been around forever. It's a part of the culture, man, and it's fun. You hear it, you want to hear what Suge might do a little record in jail. This
Right.
one back. It's like it's making fun. It's building up momentum and say, yo, what they doing over there? So that was a good strategy.
For sure, for sure. Now, speaking of Suge Knight and Death Row Records, what's your thoughts on Keefy D recanting everything he's saying that Reggie Wright Jr., Death Row Security, is the one who had Tupac killed?
Well, we he didn't recant his statement. He's telling the truth. You know what I mean? He telling the truth. The when he Keefe D did something where he had multiple different stories as he went along. And if you wrote a book, why you don't know that's what you wrote in that book? You don't
Yeah,
know what you wrote in that. Oh, yes, your book. You wrote that's your words. So I believe that as time went along, he don't want to do. He's older. He's like 60 something years old right now. He don't want to do that time. So look, let me just tell the real truth. This what happened.
yeah,
Reggie already out of shape with it. And I mean, so what are you gonna do? So I believe that he did the right thing by telling the truth.
for sure, for sure. On to the next question. Any tours, any shows on the way?
Yeah, we got the K Show you the K Show you promotion tour. We trying to get that put together. I got a couple of shows up in New York. I got a couple of shows in LA, but I'm not really doing shows yet until I blow this project up because I want to go on the road and I want everybody to come, yourself, mail everybody to come. But I want to focus on really getting this project to reach as many homes as I could reach. And then
Yeah,
once I reach as many homes and the records start being recognized in these streets where coaches at, then I'm gonna go on a nice road trip and bring everybody.
for sure, for sure. Any merch or sponsors you want to represent?
Yeah, I want to big up to Unique Clothing Company. I want to big up to Fila. Big up to my homie Dapper Dan. Big up to Levi. They bringing the brand new Levi's back out. And big up to Puma. Puma is a great company. They got behind me, but Fila is definitely behind me as well. And my own merch is called Manson Bates, and big up to that. We starting out low. Big up to Link merch because Mel Love is a big pillar in my life when it comes to that side of the game. And I want to big up to everybody who's doing merch. And let's get it together, man.
For sure, for sure. What made you migrate from New York to Chicago?
Well, um, I don't know, man. I just wanted to just check out a different scenery. I'm still in New York though.
Yeah,
I'm in New York still. I just ping pong back and forth to I got brothers and sisters out here and my uncles out here, and I wanted to come to Shy and get some of that flavor they got. It's like I'm about to
yeah,
come to St. Louis too.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
come to
yeah, for
Louis for
sure,
like a
for
year or
sure.
two. You gotta go see the way you rebuild yourself when you're an artist coming from the era I came from. You have to stay relevant no matter what, because I'm walking on deaf ground. Any moment I could just fade away. So,
Yeah,
and I'm keeping it real with y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and toot my own horn. No, I could fade away
yeah,
any day. So I gotta be around different sound barriers to inherit that sound and incorporate it what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just just moving. I like Shy. Shy got the nice music, and Shy and St. Louis is to me are almost the same. You know,
yeah.
yeah,
Most definitely, most definitely. You got anything you want to say to the people before you get out of here?
yeah, man. I want to say this, man. If you a hip hop artist out there, don't be scared to get consoled by older hip hop artists. And all y'all young artists out there, one thing I want y'all to do: keep doing your drill, keep doing your trap, but Yo, stop the killing, man. You ain't got to, if you got a problem with somebody, knuckle up. Go to
That's
that
real.
backyard, get your face beat up. Learn how to take an L. If a dude beats you up, take that. Shake his hand and walk off. We got if you keep killing it, all of us keep killing each other. We ain't gonna have no more of us to do the music. We're gonna have the white boys doing the music. No disrespect to y'all, I love y'all too, but it's our culture. Puerto
Yeah,
Ricans and blacks, we did it. Dominicans, you know what I'm saying, Italians, we gotta have our culture strong. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go down to Wall Street and the White House, that's their culture. They're not
yeah,
gonna if they got if you see look at the news and they fighting in the White House, they don't pull guns out, they fighting. They throwing books and Bibles, they going crazy. You seen them fighting in the White House. They ain't got no guns, they fighting it out. Then they
that's
shake
real.
hands and they go shoot golf, play golf. Yo, yeah, I beat you up last night. Huh? Know what I mean? So, yo, learn how to if you got an issue with somebody, if you can't talk it out, you want to get up your chest, use these youngins, use your knuckles, man, and then make a record together. But don't kill them. Don't stop the killing, man, because you wasting our legacy, man. And keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. Stay
100,
strong.
100. All
Yeah.
right, I got one more question, man. What's the message you got for the youth?
For the youth, I want y'all to go out there and learn how to read and write. Learn how to get a music manager. Learn how to be positive. Try to lend a helping hand to an elderly person. Go to a rec center and create a business at a younger age. Go get your GED if you ain't got it, and go get you a DDA. Go get you a LLC. Create a company. Become great. You're young. Don't be in the streets hanging out, just walking up and down looking for a Vic. That's old school. Know what I mean? Learn how to stay smart and use your mind and your brains, youngin. Education is the most powerful thing in the world. That's gonna solve your problems.
That's real. That's real. With that being said, this is another episode of When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. I'm your show host, Israel Picasso. We got K Davis, the Hitman,
Yes,
from
sir.
St. Louis to Harlem to the Bronx to Chicago, man. We lit, man. Y'all tune in, tap in, go get that new EP when it drop, man. K troll you
6625, y'all.
for sure, for sure. We out of here. Y'all stay at peace.
Peace, huh?